Welcome, everybody. This is Brett Davis from Brett Davis Unleash, coming to you from Attorney King Studios in Coronado and IQ Podcast. Today's guest is Luca Riemma, all the way from, did I say it wrong? Let's say it again. Riemma. Luca Riemma, all the way from Nepal. Napoli in Italy. How are you doing?
Napoli, yeah.
Napoli.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm very well. Thank God. Everything is fine. How are you guys?
Good. You sound strong. I mean, you're keeping your fuel source up. You're eating well. You're having wine. You're having pizza probably right now, like you just said. And
yes, I mean, eating healthy is a very big word this time because the quarantine in Italy. I mean, people are just 80% of the day cooking and cooking and cooking. So today we decided to do a pizza, homemade pizza. I almost burned the entire house, but everything really went well at the end of the day. And my wife, Rachel, she's from New York and grew up in LA, and between LA and New York. And she made a fantastic pizza with the pineapple ham that I was not agreeing in the beginning. But, we are in Italy, and it's a big no-no for pineapple on the pizza. But at the end of the day, it tasted very well. I mean, she's looking at me, so I got to say that.
you have to tell her that when you go to New York that you're going to put ketchup on hot dogs and see what she says about that.
Well, till there, we are still in the normal, world. Let's put it this way.
Right.
So are things? What's going on? What's going on in your area? Tell us about what's going on.
I mean, thank God people are respecting the quarantine. There is the restriction from the governor. Well, Campania is the region where Napoli is located. I mean, the majority of the population is respecting and understanding that it's a serious event. Meantime, there have been a few events, dramatic events. There have been a few suiciding, but this is not the main focus. I mean, suiciding is, happen all day long, not only the quarantine time. This beautiful weather doesn't help the quarantine. I mean, I have a huge garden, so I can enjoy the beautiful weather, but let's think about also the people that they live in the, 4, 5, 6 people in a little 30, 40 meter, 50 meter square feet house with one little balcony. I mean, it's a pretty tough. Also because when you get out and you go to grocery, I don't know how it works in US right now. Here, you gotta you gotta sign a form that you gotta write exactly where you live, where you go, for how long you are going to be there, and you gotta document everything. And if the cops, of course, masks, gloves, and
wow,
social distance, of course. But then if the cops pull you over or stop you, and you don't have this form, these documents, fill it up. You can get a ticket for 400 euros. It's almost $500 US dollar. And it's also, it's a misdemeanor.
So does it seem to be being a decline in the illness and the deaths?
Yes. We are working very hard to don't make happen what happened in Lombardia, is the region of Milan. But the infected are going to be day by day less and less because we are respecting to stay home. Everything depends on us. I think we are personally, my thought is we are going to be out, not completely. No countries in the entire world can be out completely after a couple of months. You got to be graduated slowly, step by step. If first you are going to be in quarantine again, so you got to start all over again, as happened in China again. They isolated a little part of China again. I think yesterday because they start to go back to the normal. Also, if you wear a mask and gloves and social distance, the reality is we are dealing with an invisible enemy that is super contagious, super, 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 and not 100% is on the knowledge of the scientists. So we got to be very careful. I don't want to put too much alarm. We are in the hand of God, and I think we should pray more and more to heal this, disease. But I think we are going to be better than before.
How much do you think? How much do you think this disease thrives on immune systems that are compromised?
Of course, I mean, if you are going if you are going to put wrong, I mean, not 100% pure gasoline in an older car, your risk to break the engine is faster that you are going to put in a brand new car. So I'm not talking about the age, but of course, the immune system has a bigger relevance in this war. Of course, more you alkaline yourself, doing exercising daily at home. I'm not talking about crazy training and crazy Pilates or yoga stuff, but a workout 30 minutes to 40 minutes to pump your blood around. And probably this is a very big opportunity to quit smoking as well, because you are going to need your lungs on the full potential.
Yeah, it seems that this virus attacks the lungs, doesn't it?
100%. It's going to attack the lungs, and it's perfect made. I mean, there is a different thought. Someone said that they made is human made, or the bat, the bird, whatever. But however, is made this virus is a very ferocious for the respiratory system.
Yeah, definitely. For all the smokers, stop smoking. Luca.
Yeah, smoker. Yeah, please.
Earlier, you mentioned that in order to go somewhere, you have to have some kind of verification of where you're going and so forth. Does that also include for going to the store?
I cannot hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, earlier you talked about people had to have verifications of where they're going to go. Does that mean if you need to go to the store, that also means you need a certain type of paper stating that you need to go to the store and buy groceries, or how is that working over there?
100%. Sunday, I went out and I was going to the pharmacy, right? I was going to walk to say, I pump a little bit my blood around and move my body, so I didn't take the car. And the cops pulled me over. So where are you going? And I say, I'm going to the pharmacy. Okay, you have your certification. It's a document that you can download from the Ministry of Health in Italy. And I say, oh, well, I forgot it, but they were very nice. So, okay, I have it here, fill it up again. So I formed again the documents, and I say, I'm going, now it's 4:00 p.m., Sunday, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going from here to the pharmacy and go back. I think I'm going to make everything in an hour. So, but you got to stay in your commune. You cannot go to another commune unless you have a very big reason, emergency or, medical purpose, etc. So it's a big deal to move around with these documents in Italy. I don't know if it's the same in US, but
no, we don't. We have not been to that extreme yet, but we're getting there. There's still people on the road over here, but not as much. Just whoever needs to go to work for the essential part of it. But other than that, there's not a lot of people on the road. I remember last time we spoke, you talked about having issues finding spaghetti. Did you ever found some spaghetti when you went back to the store?
Oh, if I had the issue to buy spaghetti.
Yeah, last time you were having issues finding spaghetti. Have you been able to find?
Oh, to find. Yeah, no. I went because I changed the market. Yeah, I went to another store. Because no. I'm not going to their store again because I'm learning the timing of when the a lot of people goes the line. There is a big line. When there is a big line of waiting, you can risk to wait 3-4 hours. But then there is a little stores all around that if you go in the exactly time, there is no one there. What? So the good time because everything shut down here 6 p.m. Right. So and there is only open a gas station, but automatic service, so subsurface. Then only grocery, the butcher, the fish guy. I mean, the food and detergent and pharmacy. But everything is shut down at 6 p.m. You want to go grocery at 5. There's no one in the street.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. So you have the full day, that you can do a lot of stuff. You can read, you can do your workout, and you can prepare the food for the night, whatever. You can still working as we are working on several scripts and new production. If God wants, we are going to produce for next year. New startup that we are going to have in Georgia, U.S. We are working on this beautiful project. Is about the logistics, global logistics. And we are very busy. But I tell you the truth, I miss to go out. Just regular stuff. I miss to go on the beach. I miss to go, to have a social life, just stay with the friends. I miss to go to church for a regular mass and have an ice cream with my nephew niece. Regular, simple things. But after all this is a big lesson to appreciate more what we have been given for granted, So this is a big lesson to grow up for the humanity.
I think we're going to live as a world. We're going to live differently after this whole thing.
I hope, but I don't think it's going to happen for a long time. We are going to go back quickly. Let's make an example. If everything goes back again in September, January, February, everything starts to be again as before.
I think
5-6 months, the world starts to go back again.
But I think people are going to be a little bit more cautious about certain things that they never had to worry about before.
I'm very, very big fan of a natural. I'm very big fan of what God created, the nature and the animals, and I'm a big lover of Green Deal. If it's in the respect of of also of each of the countries. I don't want to be too much political, don't get me wrong. But if we are going to have the same cars in the streets, we are going to have the same lifestyle, tell me what happened for everything is going to be clean in these a couple of months. I mean, we are cleansing the world, right?
Right.
But if the world start to go back super fast as before, nothing changed. So we should really start to learn and see the benefit of this cleanse. I mean, it happened to me that I've been cleansing my body, and I start to be more clear, more energized, and more, that's why I'm continuing doing, also if it's hard. But if I would not have benefit of this, I would not doing again. So I think we should start to think about it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I was telling somebody yesterday, a friend of mine, that San Diego, where we live, reminds me the way the streets are kind of lean. There's not a lot of cars. The only thing missing is when I grew up in the 70s, I remember the lights at midnight. Every night, the lights, the stoplights would be blinking red lights, and there would be no lights working. And there was nobody on the streets because there wasn't as many people back then, and people's had to get up early in the morning, and so it was just a different mindset, and we didn't have all the technology that we had. And so right now I feel like I'm back in the 70s a little bit. It's kind of weird seeing San Diego even the freeway is not really crowded.